again, friends. Welcome back to another Wolverine video. So I did a video earlier and it was about my herbal business and what I've been doing with that. And this one is about my recent crochet projects and finished objects. So without further ado, I will just kind of dive right into the pile I have here. So Christmas is coming up and I have a new baby niece. My brother had his first child, and so I made her Christmas present, and it is this little unicorn lovey. Isn't that freaking adorable? It's a little mohawk. So this little crochet, it doesn't have a pattern. I made it up. I totally made it up. I just made the head, and I was actually planning on making like a unicorn toy, and then I thought, you know what, this would be perfect for a little lovey. So I just did that. It's kind of got a floppy head, just like a newborn baby. So there's that. This one, it worked up in like, I think it took me 2 days to finish the whole thing. Like the head was one day, and then the square was another day. So that is for my brand new little baby niece for her first Christmas. And then I have a nephew on the way because everybody got pregnant during the pandemic. I guess when you're stuck at home, what else is there to do, right? So for my sister who's having her second child, who is a boy, I made this. It is just a granny square blanket. And I did add some gray into the middle here. And then the rest of it is just Karen Cake's rainbow sprinkles. So that's the baby blanket for her. And then I slayed the dragon. So as you might know, I was working on the Sacred Space blanket by Helen Shrimpton. Love her pattern. She's amazing. This was my first, excuse me, my tickle is misbehaving. This is my first full-size blanket project that I've ever done. I have done small blankets for my kids. I have not done a full-size blanket for myself. So this one is for me. Nobody else can have it. And I actually stopped short. So I don't know how many rows there are in the whole pattern because I didn't check. But I stopped at row 96 because it is huge. I was using, what yarn was I using? I was using Lion Brand Wool Ease DK Cakes in Bedazzled and a 5mm hook. Next time I'll probably do a 4mm hook if I do this one again because it's huge. It's massive. So this is where I decided to call it quits. It's not actually the full pattern, so I kind of feel like a quitter, but I wanted something to throw over the back of my rocking chair in my living room so that when I get cold, I can just wrap it around my shoulders, which is what this is. And I would not have done it with wool, but the Woolies cakes are just 10 or 20% wool. It's hardly any wool, and it's just so chewy and delicious. It's fantastic. So there's that. I did not control the color flow. I just let the colors flow as they came off the cake. And this is what we ended up with. I think it turned out amazing. I'm so happy. Thank you, Deanne. I know, I love it. It's honestly, I think the most beautiful thing I've ever made in my life. Other than my children, of course. But yeah. And it's big. It's throw sized. It's, it can cover my whole body. I might just actually stay tucked into it while I do this video. Okay, so those are my recent finished objects. Other than that, I did some hats on my knitting machine, just generic beanies for the homeless. And then I have some whips. This one I just started as a mindless watch TV and crochet kind of project for anxiety purposes. And this is made with Kai by Loops and Threads. And it's just, I don't know if you can see it. It is the linen stitch, the moss stitch, the one where you single crochet and then chain. And I really like the way that it's turning out. It's obviously going to need to be blocked. I have 6 or 7 skeins of this, so I think I'm probably going to make a throw or a large baby blanket. It depends on how how big it gets. So there's that one. This is just kind of like, it doesn't have a designated person that it's going to. It doesn't have a designated purpose. It's just kind of like my crochet project that I'll figure out what to do with later. So there's that. And then the biggest whip that I have currently is this one. This one, I know, I love that stitch too. I could not figure out what to do with this yarn. It's beautiful yarn, but when you work it, it doesn't have very much stitch definition, and it's kind of variegated, and it just did not look right doing any other stitch. So I Googled best stitch for variegated yarn, and everybody recommended to do the moss stitch. I think it's the moss stitch, right? Or the linen stitch. We'll call it linen stitch in a square or whatever. And honestly, it's just beautiful. It looks really nice. Like, it really does work well. So if you have a variegated yarn and you're not sure what to do with it, moss stitch. It would be a great scarf. It would be a great blanket. I mean, do you see how pretty that is? I wish my camera was better. I will get a better camera at some point in the future, but it just really works up nicely for any kind of variegated yarn. Hi, Paula. Nice to see you. I was just, oh, Paula didn't get to see the dragon. We got to show Paula the dragon. So Paula, check this out. I finished it. I finished it. Finally. It's, this is what I've been calling my dragon project. I started this in March 2020 at the beginning of the pandemic, and it was meant to be my quarantine project. And I thought it would take me like, I don't know, a month, but life happens and it took me forever. And I didn't actually finish the whole pattern. Thank you. I stopped at row 96 because it got out of hand with how big it was getting. So my recommendation would be, if you want to make like a throw sized version of any of Helen Shrimpton's blankets, use a 4mm hook instead of a 5mm hook. But the yarn is Lion Brand Wool Ease DK Cakes in the color Bedazzled. But yes, it turned out better than my wildest dreams. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I love it, love it, love it. Prettiest thing I've ever made, besides my children. So that and then I also finished, Paula, I finished this this little lovey for my brand new baby niece for Christmas. This little unicorn. How cute is that? I did not color control, Paula. I just let it flow, and that's how it turned out. So it works. Like, I highly recommend doing any of her blankets like that, because she does a lot of color changes, which I hate. I hate weaving in ends. So there were a couple of times where I did have to like snip it and then move it over to a different part of the blanket, but I did not color control at all. Otherwise, like, I just let it flow naturally, and that's how it came out. Sorry, I don't know what is going on with my tickle right now. It's just trying to misbehave on camera, of course. So yeah, I'm lazy about it. I don't want to change. Who wants to weave in ends, you know? So no, it's a free pattern. So if you go, I think it's Crochet and Crystals, or Crystals and Crochet. Crystals and Crochet, or even just Google Sacred Space by Helen Shrimpton. She has the most beautiful patterns. A lot of them are free. This was originally a 9-week crochet along. It has taken me over a year to do because it is a lot. It is a lot. But I actually stopped at row 96 because it got so big so fast. Like, I wanted a throw size blanket, and if I had kept going, I would have a king size blanket, which is not. I wanted something to throw over the back of my chair in the living room. So yeah, no problem. Helen Shrimpton's stuff is amazing. She is really talented. Like, her patterns are so cool. Sorry, I'm like playing with this little unicorn down here. Is this not the freaking cutest thing? Like, I gave it a mohawk, you guys. And then, like, I also made this granny stitch, just a basic granny stitch blanket. I did some gray in the middle, and the rest of it is Karen Cakes in Rainbow Sprinkles. This one is for my sister, who is having her second child in February. I still need to make something for her little girl, who is going to be, she just turned 6, I think. And then, of course, this is my whip, one of them. Just a linen stitch in a rectangle. Not sure if it's going to be a baby blanket or a throw or a rug, or I have no idea. Oh, I'm okay. So for a while I was having a really rough time because my doctors are great. I love my doctors. They're wonderful. But the pharmacy that rhymes with Malgreens was messing up, and I was without two of my prescriptions that I really need for like a month. And so I was having like a really hard time. I recently just got back on both of those meds, and so I'm doing a lot better now. And then I've also been really good about staying hydrated. So electrolytes, tea, water. I do better in the winter staying hydrated for some reason, probably because I like hot tea, but yeah, it was rough there for a little bit. Yeah. Um I got so mad too. I was really upset about the situation with the pharmacy because like my meds are not life threatening. If I go without them, I'm in pain, but I'm not going to die. But I know that there were people waiting for medications that were life-saving medications like insulin, or heart pills or nitroglycerin or whatever medications that they were on, and they were not getting their meds because this pharmacy was messing up. And they were messing up so bad that my doctor's office couldn't even get a hold of them, that the other pharmacies couldn't get a hold of them. So there was no switching pharmacies. So, yeah, that's scary. That scares me because there are people that like were without their life-saving meds, like just probably dying because they were messing up. So anyway, I switched pharmacies. I got all of my medications now. I'm doing all right. Yeah, it really is, Deanne. It is horrible. It was just heartbreaking. I was ranting and raving, but I was so upset. I was just so mad. Because like I can live with my pain, but the idea of somebody who needs like anti-retrovirals or anti-rejection meds for their kidney transplant, like you can't be without those meds. So yeah, I would never recommend the Rhymes with Malgreens pharmacy ever again. And I know that there's issues with the pandemic, but like when it comes to people's medications, you cannot mess that up. You got to keep things going. So, and back to crochet, a little bit lighter of a topic. I'm doing better because I have my meds now. Is basically the point. But back to the crochet projects. So the last one, um, this one is very special because it was meant to be a Christmas gift for somebody who has since passed away from COVID. And so now I'm working to finish it for her husband. It will not be done in time for Christmas, unfortunately, but it's something that I feel really strongly I need to give to the family so that they have something to hold on to. So this is the Jacaranda Crochet Along blankets. And I am using Paintbox Simply DK in black. And then I'm using, let me think, the mandala. I think it's Mandala Baby in Mermaid Cove. So, and a 5mm hook, because that's my favorite lately. This is the Jacaranda Crochet Along. I am about halfway done. So it definitely isn't going to get done in time for Christmas, but I'm hoping, here, let me hold it up again so you can really see it. I decided to do every other row in black so it would look like stained glass, and I think it's turning out really, really lovely. But yeah, so I was working on this for her, and she passed away in September, and it was such a shock. It was really, I mean, she had some health issues. She was on dialysis for her kidneys and stuff, but she was fine. And then all of a sudden she wasn't. She was gone. So, yeah, really, really tough time. So this is for my friends. I'm gonna give it to her husband because I feel like, maybe he would like to have it. And because I just don't feel right just stopping, not working out. I don't know what else to do. So but it's not going to get done in time for Christmas, not because I couldn't finish it, but because it's hard to work on. Like, I'm going to get a little emotional, you guys. Thank you. It's really hard to work on something for somebody that you lost, you know? So I haven't really been I've been avoiding it because it's too much. Luckily, the person that it was for was Lakota, and so in the Lakota tradition, there's people called spirit keepers, and you kind of keep that person alive for a year. And so really I have about a year to finish it. Thank you. Yeah. I wasn't expecting to cry. um but I've been avoiding working on this one because it's just too painful. Um I just think about her, and you think about the things that you didn't think about before, like how you used to be able to just like ask for advice on this or that, and or can I get your recipe for this, or just how are you today? The little things that you take for granted, and then they're just gone. And I've lost quite a few people this past year and the year before. I lose somebody every year, but I've been losing a lot of people this year, as a lot of us have, and it's just been yeah, it is senseless and random and devastating. It absolutely is devastating. So, um, it's been hard to like know how much her family is missing her too, because I was friends with her whole family. Well, I am friends with her whole family, and it's just like she was the glue that held everybody together, and now she's gone. So, this is all I have to offer, and it's taking me longer than I would like it to, but it's just like grief, you can't rush it. You can't rush the process. So I'm going to take my time with it because I don't want to work on it when I'm in a bad place. So it'll get done when it gets done. And then it'll be gifted, and I'm sure it'll be well received. So yeah, it's hard to work on a project when like either the person that it's for passes, or like somebody passes while you're working on that project, even if that, like, let's say you're working on a baby blanket and your grandpa dies, because I was pregnant when my grandpa passed away. I was pregnant with my daughter, and it was so hard for me to work on my baby blanket because my grandpa passed when I was working on that blanket. So for some reason I would attach it. It's I think just because crochet is such a like a deeply meaningful thing to some of us. Oh, hi Jane. Hi, Jane. You came in right after I got done crying. Because of course you did. I was just talking about my crochet projects. Oh, thank you. These are my kids were doing a shark unit at the beginning of the year, and so I turned the whole house into the ocean. I put sharks everywhere and like water, and it was a lot of fun, but now my kids won't let me take the sharks down, even though it's in my room. They keep telling me, please don't take the sharks down. So we have sharks everywhere. I guess it's just my life now, which is fine. Um, Jane, do you want to see my crochet projects? I just showed them to Deanne and Paula. I know Jane's going to love this one, you guys. Jane. This is for my new baby niece for Christmas. Little unicorn lovey. Just I can't get over the like bobbly headed nature of this crochet project. Anyway, yeah, I have to leave the sharks forever. This is just until they go off to college or move out and get married, whatever. I'm just gonna live with sharks. So, but yes, this little unicorn. It needs a name. I don't know what to name it, but it's so cute. It's just so cute with its floppy little head. And then I finished. I think you've seen this one, Jane, on my Facebook. I finished my sister's baby blanket for her soon-to-be son. And then, Jane, look, I finished this one. I stopped at row 96. It's huge. That's why I stopped at row 96, because it's massive. But this is my dragon of a project. It's, yeah, my dragon. So there's that. And then I don't want to cry again, but this one is for a friend who passed, so I'm going to give it to her husband. I can't, you guys, I can't show it again. You just have to watch it when it's live again. That's what my daughter calls her unicorn too, Paula. She calls her Uni. So I don't know. Uni the unicorn is cute, but I think it needs something a little crazier because look at how crazy its eyes are. They're like not even level. One's like way up here and one's way down here. If I squish it, I can get them kind of level. I mean, I just made it up. I didn't have a pattern. It just came out this way and I really like it. It's fun. It's a fun one. I like how floppy it is too. It's just floppy. A little floppy headed. So yeah, there's that. This is my Jane, this is my whip. I already showed everybody else, but oh yeah, the unicorn does have migraines. You would too if your head flopped this much. Maybe that's what's wrong, Jane. Maybe you just have a floppy head. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. Jane, did you get your I like that, Picasso the unicorn. Did you get your migraine kit, Jane? I haven't checked the shipping on it. Did you get it yet? I sent Jane a migraine kit because she's lovely and I love her. Jane, this is my whip. This is my mindless whip that I just work on while I'm watching TV. It's like going to be a blanket or something. I don't know. I think it would make a nice rug. Not yet. Okay, I'll check on it. It should be there in the next couple of days, but with Christmas shipping, it's just probably out of hand. All right, I'll show you this one too, Jane. So this one is the one, I think I told you about it before, that I was working on it for a friend, and then my friend passed away. And so now I'm working on it, and I'm going to give it to her husband. I cried already. I'm not going to cry again. I'm okay. I feel like I always cry on these things. I'm probably the person on YouTube that cries the most on their lives. Just the Wolverine's always crying. So this is the one that's for my friend that passed. And I'm going to give it to her husband when it's finished. It's the Jacaranda Crochet Along, which I guess is supposed to be a tablecloth, but I'm turning it into a blanket. So it's beautiful. I love that one. And that's all my yarny stuff. I have a hat here that I made for my daughter like forever ago, and the puffball has gotten matted. I don't even know how to fix this, you guys. What would you even do for this? It's like matted. It's weird. Have you seen me remember? I do remember. Yeah, I know. We both cry. That's why we're friends. That's why we're friends, is because we both cry. I was just telling Deanne earlier on my other live that I'm going to try so hard to be better about doing my YouTube stuff, because I've been really busy on like Facebook and Instagram for my business, and I haven't taken the time to like film things. And I think I'm just going to start filming everything that I do and then turning it into videos or something. I don't know. My goal is to post at least once a month. I cannot get my head wrap to behave, you guys. Like, my hair is showing. There. That's better. Anyway. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Jane, was to soak it in like Downy or something and then comb it out. It feels gross. It feels so gross. I mean, it doesn't bother her, but it bugs me because it just looks like ew. Yeah. I made this hat last winter, so it's actually been longer than 6 months. It's been forever, but she loves it, so I love it too. It's really cute. But I was kind of thinking about just cutting off the puffball and putting a new one on there, but she got upset at the idea, so I'm not going to do that. You don't argue with a 6-year-old, well, 5-year-old. But anyway, how are you guys? What have you been up to? What are you working on? Tell me everything. Set on fire and get a new one. Yeah, fire would fix it. That's for sure. You crack me up. Are you guys all crocheting something? Working on Christmas presents? I made all handmade presents last year, and I decided this year I'm just going to buy crap for everybody. And then I'm going to make birthday presents so that I don't have to make one every couple of months, because Christmas crocheting is too much. You're knitting hats. That's fantastic. I think my husband broke my knitting machine. Like, it keeps dropping stitches. I don't know what to do. He made himself a scarf. I told him he could. He used my really nice yarn. because he bought it. So he used some of my really nice yarn and he made himself a really nice scarf on my really nice knitting machine. And now my knitting machine is not working properly. So I told him he has to buy me a nicer one. I'm looking for one of those Addy king sized machines because the one I have now is the Centro, but I don't know. They're like $145 on the cheap end. So we'll see. Crocheting Christmas gifts, lots of stuff. That's great, Deanne. I did that last year. Never again. Mm-mm. I got so burnt out on it. I didn't even want to crochet anymore. I was like, I hate this. I hate this. This isn't even fun anymore. I don't want to do this. But this year, this is the only one I crocheted. This is the only Christmas present. This is a present too, but it's not for Christmas because she's not due till February. You're crocheting a mosaic for the first time? Oh, like mosaic crochet, like the technique? When you're bored and you're crocheting. Yeah. See, I have to have 2 projects too. I can't just stick to one. I have like ADD or something. Jane, I love my Centro knitting machine, but don't let your husband near it. I think it's fixable. I just don't know what's going on. So it's so hot here. Crochet gifts are not appreciated. I mostly do crocheted toys for Christmas presents. Although for my family, like the adults in my family, they usually get like hats and stuff for Christmas, scarves, whatnot. This year, they're getting herbal stuff. Yeah. 2 basic patterns repeated. Huh. Do you have a pattern? Or are you just making it up as you go? You should get one. I got the Centro and it worked great up until my husband played with it. Don't tell him I blamed him. It's his thing. He said it's not his fault, but it's his fault. I just told him he has to buy me the nicer one now. But the Centro, I think I spent $60 on it. It's great. It's just, I mean, I've probably gotten at least 150 hats out of it, and now it's dropping stitches. It probably just needs oil or something. I don't know, something. It needs some basic maintenance that I don't have the patience to figure out at the moment. So it'll sit there on the shelf until I either buy a new one or get up the energy to fix it. Who's butthole? What? Oh, right, because you're moving away from Texas. Jane, you just threw me off there. I was like, who's butthole? What? I'm excited because Jane's going to be closer to me. Maybe I'll have to road trip over there and come visit you. I have your new address because you sent it to me, so I'm just going to show up at your house like a creeper. I'll bring something crocheted, though. Or I'll just bring like a gift basket of yarn. The mosaic part off YouTube, then you're winging the rest. That's so fun. I love just making it up as I go. That's what I did with this, and it always turns out great. Like, it's so derpy, you guys. It makes me laugh, so I know that they're gonna love it, like, because it's fun. But yeah, I mean, it's really hard for me to follow a pattern, which is part of the reason that it took me over a year to finish my Sacred Space, and I didn't even really finish it. But I'm trying to get better about following patterns. It's just so much better when you can just make stuff up, you know? Or like this, like it's just a granny square, but I like it because you just go, you don't need a pattern. I don't know why. I'm just not good with patterns. It's not that I can't follow them. It's just that I don't like to. If it has a video tutorial, sometimes I'll do it, but mostly I just make stuff up. It is a change for me to be doing so many patterned things. Yeah. I usually just go until it's like a size that I like. So yeah, you know what I really want to do? I really want to learn how to knit, but I've noticed that I have a lot of trouble with my hands when I'm knitting. So I'm not sure if I'm just holding things wrong or if it's because the needles are skinny, or I don't know. I love the way knit stuff looks, but I have trouble holding the needles, so I might just be doomed to a life of crochet, which I'm okay with. Don't get me wrong. I'm sorry, patterns is not you, it's me. That's how I feel, Jane. Like, it's not that I have a problem with patterns, it's just I'd rather do my own thing. I mean, yeah. I finally made myself a sweater last year, and I had looked for a pattern for ages, and I finally just decided to do it, and so I made a couple squares and a couple rectangles, and it worked out. Yeah, knitting, well, I kinda know how to knit. I can do the purl and the knit stitch, and I can cast on and cast off. So I guess that's kind of all there is, but, I'm not great at following patterns, so it's probably as good as my knitting will ever be. I actually was surprised at how easy it is once you figure it out. It's just like crochet, like, once you know how, you're like, "Oh, that's so easy," but it feels really complicated when you're learning. You knitted a shawl? You put it on Facebook to show you. Are you guys all in my yarn group on Facebook? I can't remember who is and who isn't, but, um, I think I saw it, Paula. I feel like I'm gonna pull you up here. Did you post it to the group? If you're not in my group, then you should be. I feel like you are, though. Sorry, you guys are gonna just stare at me looking at my phone for a minute while I look up Paula. Yeah, you're in here. Super active. I love how much of my stuff you comment on, Paula, because I just realized that, like, there's not a post in here that doesn't have your comment on it. Oh, okay, so you posted it in the comments section. Yeah. Are you Deanne? I know Jane and Paula are. Let me see. Yeah, you're in there. I basically live with you guys. I haven't been very active. I mean, I post like once a week. I'll schedule all the posts for the week, and then I just kind of have been neglecting the yarn group, which it makes me sad. But I've been trying really hard to kind of push my business forward, and I've been doing okay. I've actually gotten quite a few orders this past month, like more than I've ever gotten in a month before. But it takes so much work, like, to get your business name out there. It just, ugh. I mean, no offense, I don't like people enough. I mean, I like you guys, but I don't like, most people enough to, like, care. But, I have to make a living, so it's been a lot of, videos and ads and Facebook and Instagram and just all that stuff, and I'm just learning how to do it, so I feel like once I've gotten some practice, then I'll be golden. Yeah, I'm only on Facebook for my business mostly lately. I mean, I would like to be on Facebook more just because that's kind of my social life, but, I made a commitment to myself that for the next 6 months, I'm just gonna kind of focus on my business. So, there will be more YouTube videos because surprisingly, when I'm not socializing on Facebook, I'm not on there as much. I schedule my posts for the week and then I'm off. And then I might check in once or twice to, like, comment on everybody's stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I would like to be a little bit more efficient with my time. I'm so good at wasting time. Like, since the pandemic started, I feel like most of the time I'm just on Facebook or I'm watching TV or crocheting, which isn't a waste of time because you're producing something magnificent. But yeah, since the beginning of the pandemic, because I'm high risk with my health, like, I don't go out anywhere, I don't see anybody, so, like, my social life has been online. But I'm trying to kind of, like, taper back now because my whole family has been vaccinated. I feel pretty safe about doing, like, outdoor farmers markets this summer. So I've been kind of focused on that and trying to sign up for those ahead of time because if you don't sign up early, they fill up and then you don't get a spot. So, do any of you guys have a small business? Can you give me some tips? Tell me how to become a millionaire, please. Or just hand me bags of money. I'm okay with that too. I want to see your stitching markers, Jane. You should post them in the group. You are welcome, all of you, to post your posts, your business posts in the group if they're yarn related or not. I don't care. You can post them in there. Everybody in there is so supportive. At the very least, you'll get it in front of a few people that might be interested. I would definitely buy some stitch markers from you, Jane. If you want to mix them for prizes for the Yarn Pals group, just send them to me. And you have my address. Just send them to me, and then I'll give them as prizes, and it'll have all your business information on there. That's how a few people in the group have done it. Did you guys see my yarn box? So I actually am doing a yarn box in collaboration with Get Knit Faced NCO, which is Michelle in our group. And it is going to be 2 full skeins of beautiful hand-dyed DK weight yarn. It's a superwash merino nylon blend, and Michelle dyed it herself, and then it'll be a tea blend for me and an intuitively chosen stone. So that's on my Etsy. Check it out. If you're gonna buy yarn, buy it from me, please. Give me your money. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. You're a bit of a hermit because of this, right? Yeah, I'm a hermit too. I'm such a hermit now. I I would love to see what you've got, Jane. I know you've been talking about it for a while. I would love to see them. Please post it. Post it. Um, yeah, it's hard not to feel defeated by my health issues too. I hear that, Jane. I do. I really do. It's the amount of energy that I have is like this much, and the amount of stuff I have to do is like this much. And so, you know, you have to delegate. This is actually nice. It doesn't feel like it takes a lot of energy to talk to you guys. And I actually, even though I can't see you, I feel like I'm socializing. So this is, I've missed you guys. Let's see. Yeah, Jane, where can we see your products? See, Paula wants your stitch markers. It is gorgeous yarn, isn't it, Deanne? That beautiful, that's called Frostbite. I don't know if I'm going to make it a subscription box or if I'm just going to sell them until they're gone and then switch colors. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet, but it's kind of like a trial run. And Michelle is such a sweetheart, you guys. So my plan was to buy like all 20 skeins that I needed for the boxes from her at once. And when she found out what I was doing with them, she's like, okay, how about this? Here's some pictures, list it on your page. When you sell it, let me know and I will send you the yarn and then you can pay me after you get paid. Which, I mean, she's just an angel. She's such an angel. She's so sweet. But I was like, are you sure I could just, pay you for all of it at once? And she's like, no, 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 just pay me as you sell them. So that way you're not stuck with a bunch of yarn. I'm like, I would not mind. It's beautiful yarn. It's gorgeous yarn. Although I don't think I need 20 hanks of it. Yeah, I'm hoping like in January, February after the holidays die down that people will have more money to buy it. But don't feel bad. I know not everybody can afford stuff right now. You just packed everything. Aw. I'm sorry you're having such a hard time, Jane. I'm glad that you're getting everything done though, so that you can move closer to me. I seriously plan to visit you, Not like a creeper. I'm not going to just show up, but I will get in touch with you and I'll come visit. We'll get together and crochet and talk smack. And have tea. It'll be a good time. Oh, wow. I've already been on here for like 40 minutes, you guys. Time flies when you're with your friends. So here's my plan. I'm not going to promise that I'm going to do videos because I have promised that and I'm terrible about doing videos. But my plan is to start filming more of the things that I do and then posting videos. And my goal would be to do a live maybe once a week. I want to post a video at least once a month and do a live maybe once a week. But I'm going to start focusing on my Crow Boutique channel, which is just the Crow Boutique, just my business channel. So if you guys are missing me here, then look for me there because it'll be a little bit more, I don't know, active, hopefully. I need to stop slacking is the point. I'm sorry. I feel like such a slacker. I feel like I've promised, and poor Deanne, you're so loyal. Like every time I come on, Deanne is here, and she's like, "I missed you so much," and she's not even mad that I've been gone. She's just so sweet about it. So thank you, because you were literally the reason. I told my husband, I was like, I have to make a video, and he's like, why? I'm like, because I miss Deanne, and he's like, isn't she in your yarn group? I'm like, yeah, but that's not the same. It's not the same, and same with you, Paula. Like a live once a week. Yes, I don't have my other channel pulled up at the moment. I will post one though. I will post it once this is done being live, I will put the link to my other channel in here. My goal will be to do more tutorials on that side. So that's going to be a lot more herbal stuff. But yeah. Yeah, Crow Boutique has a channel. I literally have one video and 3 followers on that channel. So I will put that link in the description of this video when we're done being on a live. Yeah, I love being on a live with you guys too. It's so much fun because it's like hanging out, but I don't know. What it is it's my self-confidence, honestly. I don't like myself enough to like film myself talking all the time. And so although I really love doing lives when I'm in them, it's talking myself into doing them that I struggle with. Oh, thank you, Deanne. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to change the name of this one back to the Wolverine because Crow Boutique is going to be separate, but I'm working on it, you guys. I'm getting my life in order. I'm getting my together, sort of. Sort of. But I mean, now that I'm on my meds again, and I just had pain management today, and we talked about adjusting my meds for pain for winter and all that. So I should be able to do more now because the medication that I started taking makes such a difference for me. So I should be able to start doing lives more. Is there a day that works best for you guys? Because I would do a live like one. I can put it in my calendar. I have StreamYard, Jane. I just don't ever use it because I'm a slacker. It's extra steps. I need life to be as easy and straightforward as humanly possible. I know StreamYard's not hard to use. I just haven't used it yet. I'm also supposed to interview my friend Karen on here and like I know Jane, you and I are supposed to do a collaboration, and I don't know. First I need to figure out how to like make this look less like I'm sitting in bed, although I am sitting in bed. I was thinking about putting a table in front of my apothecary so that's the background. So okay, Jane, make like you should teach me. We can do like a Facebook video chat or something and go through it. Maybe let's see. Probably after Christmas though. I think we're all homebodies now, Deanne. Everybody is. Except those in severe denial. For the most part, those of us that value our lives are now homebodies. But well, I think I'm gonna go, you guys, because I've got to get my kiddo ready for bed. My son is not here. He's at his okay, I won't cover them up, Jane. My son is at his dad's house until like the 20th, and then I get to keep him for Christmas, which I'm really excited about. So it's gonna be awesome to have him home. But yeah, I'm gonna go so I can give my daughter a bath and put her to bed and then lay down. I'm excited about that. That is gonna be the highlight of today because I did a lot today. Oh, I forgot to show you guys. My friend Joanna is making these custom tumbler cups, and I made myself tea this morning and it's still warm. Still warm. I don't think she has a website though. She's on Facebook, but I'll post it in the Yarn Pals group because she's in there, even though she doesn't do anything with yarn. So that you guys, if you want any customized, she does like t-shirts and bags and hats and cups, and I mean she's out of hand. But yeah, I got this. I mean, how cute is this freaking thing? Like, it's Alice in Wonderland. How amazing is that? I bought it for myself. It was $25. But I mean, it was completely custom. Like, she had the blank cup and then put the image on it. So I don't know how she does that. She's like a witch or something. But anyway, I've been meaning to share it with you guys because I was so excited. And then she also made me, which I don't have them here, but she made me a shirt that says "Walking is for peasants." And then she made me another shirt that says I have MCAS, POTS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and zero time for your nonsense. So she makes all sorts of stuff. She's amazing. So if you need anything like that, I'm thinking about asking her to make some yarn bags for the group for prizes. So I think that would be fun. If I made Yarn Pals merch, would you guys be interested in it? Like to buy? I mean, for prizes, yes, but also like if I made a yarn bag that said Yarn Pals Sanctuary, would you want that? I chose Alice because I relate to Alice. There's a specific scene in that movie where she's like talking to the wildflowers. I don't know. It it sings to my soul. So I had a lovely time with you too, Paula. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I am gonna go though. because I keep saying that, but I'll stay for another 20 minutes or 30 minutes or another hour because I just love you guys so much. But I'm going to go. So I hope that you guys all have a wonderful night. Don't forget that you are sacred, beloved, precious beings. I'm so happy that you're here. I will see you in the yarn group. And, if you ever need anything, just message me. I'm here. I'm on Facebook. I'm there. So if you ever need anything, just get a hold of me. Don't forget, wash your hands, wear your masks. Be kind to yourselves and each other, and have a wonderful night. And don't forget to drink some water. Drink some water. All right. Love you guys. Bye.